Hey guys, I'm back. I'm here to do February readings for you. This one is going to be for Aquarius. It is meant to be a general read, and I like to read primarily focusing on the sign that I'm reading for. However, if other elements, people, parties come into the play, I will certainly read on them. But these readings are always meant for personal enlightenment. So I have all of my decks here. I even have my Oracle deck, and I've pulled a card for you as well. I'm going to use the card on the bottom of the deck. And the card that came up was Trine and Sextile, Symbiosis. Now, if you look at this card, okay, this animal here, whether it's a deer or whatever, I instantly thought of like antelope in the savannah and the little birds that sit on their back and essentially eat the bugs off in all little parts and bits and groom them, and they have this symbiotic relationship. That's what this card is about a lot, is these symbiotic relationships that we have. Now, because I'm no astrologer, I just want to read from the book what this card entails, because I think it's really important to have the direct book's interpretation. So Trine and sextile planets promote collaboration by backing one another up, cheering one another on, and adding strength and value to their roles. A trine is formed by two planets 1/3 of the way around the circle from each other, 120 degrees apart. A sextile is half at 60 degrees apart. Trine planets operate from the same element, fire, earth, air, and water, and speak that language. Sextile planets translate from the same polarity, but in different modalities, cardinal, fixed, or mutable. They operate like supportive, non-competitive best buddies. This really, really hit home for me when this card came up for you, because, you know, I'm going to incorporate a little bit of the last reading that I did, because I want these readings to be for personal growth, and I want, you know, my repeat audience to come back and get something from each reading as, you know, kind of your story unfolds as you're learning your lessons. And if we go back to the last reading, a big part of, you know, there were several elements at play. One was the collectiveness and how you connect to it, how you connect to the people around you, and recognizing also who you don't want to be around. And this card has a lot to do with taking the path of least resistance. And it's also like surrounding yourself around people who see the world the way that you do, have the same ideas that you do, you know, whatever it may be, whether you want to talk about like your diet or your world views, your political views, or the type of work that you do and how passionate you are about it. This is all about expanding and getting to know people just like you, making yourself open and available. That was another element from the last part of the reading that I did, is like, I'm open and I'm ready to receive. Okay, 323, that came up. That is really ringing here, these symbiotic relationships that we have. Uranus was also on the bottom of the deck, and Uranus acts as this universal catalyst of change. And the one thing that we did touch on your reading, in your last reading, was, you know, the Tower had come up, and there was this element of unfair treatment and realizing that the system that you're within, you know, you were feeling like it didn't really support you very well. And there was this element of possibly walking away, whether that was someone else walking away or you walking away from a situation, person, place, or thing. And so we have this change. So I'm just going to put that out there. I also did look on the bottom of these decks here, and you had the Ace of Swords, and you also had the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about new beginnings. New, fresh beginnings with new faces, new people. There's still this element of collectiveness and like trying to find your tribe. That's what it feels like. Where is my tribe? Where is my tribe? Also, the Six of Cups was under there as well, and this passing thought just came through my head about possibly reconnecting with people from your past, in the last reading we did, we talked about people from your past, particularly people in positions of leadership. And we spoke about, you know, thinking about the good leaders in your life and the not so great leaders in your life. And I feel like there may have been like this trigger or catalyst for you to maybe reach out and call an old friend, possibly, or just someone you fondly remember. And if you haven't, maybe you should. Maybe you should do that. 525. Reaching out to those people who inspired you, those like-minded people. Okay? Let's have a look. Let's just start reading here. I want to read a little bit. Whoa, okay, so many cards. What do we have here? Okay, so since the last reading, again, I feel like there were some circumstances or something, 555, that happened that potentially you walked away from. And I think that may be what happened between now and then. Okay, so the 5 coins, 5 pentacles. The 6 of swords. This is making a very deliberate decision to walk away from what no longer serves you. 616. The Hanged Man. And the Knight of Wands. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look. The Tower. The Empress. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. The Knight, or excuse me, the Page of Cups. The Hermit. I just have to keep going with this. The Lovers. I will explain all of this in a minute. The Lovers. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking, all right, is you have a tremendous amount of self-worth. And if other people can't see it, well, darn it, too bad for them. It is quite possible that you have moved on from this situation. With love for yourself, it's almost like there's nothing that they can give you that you can't give yourself. I am not a Miley Cyrus fan, okay, but you can buy yourself flowers. Whatever that means to you. It's about fulfilling your own needs. Fulfilling your own needs. And where you, I think, felt stuck before, there was this feeling stuck. It's like, maybe I don't really belong in this space. We were discussing bad leaders at the time, bad leadership, and like, you know your self-worth. What have you walked away from here? Maybe it was work. Maybe it was a group of people. It felt like a group of people or an organization or something to that effect. I wonder if I can get some clarification. But regardless, this crappy thing that this person did before, all right? The Justice card is here. Wait, where did it go? The Emperor. I thought that was Justice. The Emperor. Did I not see it? I guess not. Oh, look at what's on the bottom of the deck. 6 of Swords. Walking away. And like purely, with good intention. With strength for the future. Moving on in prosperity. Recognizing your self-worth. Also being discerning enough and level-headed in heart and emotion, okay, to not let your emotions get the better of you in this situation. Like, these are here, okay? Oh, and after that's the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. All right, so there is emotions at play here. It doesn't come without its heartache for you, but it feels like you were staying really level-headed through the situation, Aquarius. And like, you realize that this change that is happening is a good one. It's a good one. It's moving into the future, into new possibility. That's what I feel is happening here. So what's next? We've got symbiosis and change. We've established that this thing has happened, but it seems like I said, you see through the bullshit, okay? And I think there are other people that see through the bullshit of the crappy things that people do, right? And you're feeling very confident in the decisions that you've made. Six of Pentacles. Again, Six of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles. I get this element of like feeling like you've been kind of breadcrumbed along. And this is also I feel like this is also a statement of like this 10 of Pentacles is like there's nothing that you can really take from me because I am okay within myself. 11-11. Yeah, it comes with its hardships. 5 of Cups was on the bottom of the deck, but like you already have the 10 of Pentacles. 11-22, right? And when people do shitty things to try and bring you down or kick you when you're down or, you know, diminish you or marginalize you in some form or shape, when you are whole within yourself, you always win. And that was part of your previous reading as well. And it's like, you can't take anything from me. Look what's on the bottom of the deck here. The King of Swords. There's nothing you can take from me that hasn't been taken from me before. 11:55. And so I am one and complete within myself. I am the Empress. I am the Magician. I am the manifester of my own reality. And my mental strength is strong. You cannot break me. Okay? Which is why, although it pains you to have to maybe let something go, 12-12, the fact is, okay, justice. All parties involved will get the outcome that they justly deserve. Okay? And you are aware of that. Interesting. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I feel like there's another party involved, and just apply that how it resonates. They can be whoever, okay? But we have the King of Swords continuously coming up, and we have the Queen of Swords continuously coming up as well. And in between these two parties, there is difficulty. Up here, it was with the Three of Swords and the 10 of Swords. Remember this. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and now here we have, oh shoot, where did it go? I saw it, there it is. Okay, and now here we have the King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. There is a tension between you and another person. And I feel like this Tower moment, you are embracing it. But for the other person, this Tower moment is extremely difficult. And look what's on the bottom of the deck. It's extremely difficult. But followed by that is the Sun. The Sun card. So much tension. And I almost feel like you've both cut each other off. That's what this feels like. It feels like you've both kind of cut each other off. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's over either. It's a king and queen pairing in swords. It's like two defensive people. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, maybe this is really specific for somebody. But I don't feel like it's over yet because it's a pairing. Okay, you had the Hermit upright. You also had, did you have? You have the Four of Wands upright, which is about stability. They have the Four of Swords in reverse, which is instability. The Ten of Wands, this is all very burdenous for them. Ten of Wands in reverse, the Moon in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. This is very burdenous. The Two of Swords keeps coming up underneath as well. And the Eight of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands. This isn't over. This isn't over for them. Maybe it is for you. What's this card? Flipped over in the deck. Ten of Pentacles again. But it was in reverse when I pulled it out. Okay, so there's this like polarity. Something about polarity between you and another person. And it's like, oh my God. The only thing I can think of is Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. Jane Austen. You ever seen Pride and Prejudice? This is very, very Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy vibes going on here. It is a positive, like masculine and feminine, strong A-type personalities. And maybe that's why this has been difficult. But again, symbiosis and symbiotic relationships. Okay, King and Queen of Swords. It's almost like I picture you getting mad at each other and then coming back together with like little peace offerings, but still like acting like a stick in the mud. It's a weird vibe. It's a weird vibe of stubbornness. It's a little bit stubborn. It's a little bit stubborn, but regardless, I don't think it's over for this. But moving on, there's been this moving on. So there's been a moving on. Let's look at that. Let's look at the moving on part. Like, maybe you both walked away so proud. So proud. But it's interesting too, like even our masculine and feminine qualities will attract, right? This is the symbiotic relationships and like-minded relationships. It's interesting because like you 1818, you are attracted to this person or attracting them and vice versa, but not in the good ways. And yet there's this attraction because like we are fascinated by people who are fascinated by us. I read that somewhere the other day and it just clicked and made sense to me. It clicked and made sense. Regardless, there's had to be this moving on from it. There's the Hanged Man again. Changing perspectives about something. The Hanged Man. Page of Wands. Page of Wands was on the bottom of the deck prior to me even starting to shuffle, like after I did my meditation. Another Six of Swords. Oh, what's that? It's just sticking out there. The Knight of Swords. And the Two of Wands. And the Seven of Wands. I feel like this person probably watches you, or you watch them a little bit. Or they are watching you literally focus and move on to new things. Regardless, I feel like there's this like little element of like morbid obsession or unhealthy obsession But you've decided, I think, like, you're disconnecting from it, and they probably can't freaking stand it. Yeah, they're watching you move on in happy ways with the Three of Cups and the Fool. Manifesting because you already have the Ten of Pentacles. You are the Ten of Pentacles. You're like, I am the Ten of Pentacles. You can't take that from me. You cannot take that from me. All right? You can't take that from me. Why? Because the shit from your past, you're like, I've been there, done that. I got the t-shirt, had a horrible time, but I made it. All right, I got a trophy. I made my way through that shit. I am now tempered and beyond this, and so I see your bullshit. I see it for what it is. But like, oh my gosh, again. Okay, Six of Wands, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, rebirth, all these butterflies, the world, you're like, that's ended. But the interesting thing under this is the Lovers, the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Cups. I think you still think about this person. I feel like you've had potentially a spat with somebody or whatever the case may be, but I think you really maybe wanted it to work out. You had hope for it. It's an interesting energy. Like almost too hard to get kind of energy. But regardless, moving on. And yeah, you don't care. Like you're moving on to your own stuff. You have no reason to watch anybody. It's an interesting energy here. Oh my goodness. What is this change? I want to know what this change is coming in. So we've erected this change. We are focusing on ourselves, clearly. 22 that started to come up. Clearly focusing on yourself. Right? New adventures await. You've accepted this change and this transition, whatever you had to walk away from, as difficult as it was. You know what's best for you because you have nothing to lose. Right? You may be spending a lot of time right now, like, visiting with people. That's the sense that I get. Maybe talking to people on the phone, talking to old friends, wanting to get in touch with people who understand you. And I think that's a big element here, especially with symbiosis. This is about going to the people who you can lean into and they can lean into you. You are emotionally the same. And I get this sense of like, just wanting to be around people who understand you and you can talk to you without having to explain yourself too much. Yeah, Three of Cups. This is like social. This is about, you know, getting relaxed. There's been some tense times here and it's like you're settling into relaxation at the moment and just wanting to be around happy people. It's been a little crazy. Oh my God. 10 of Pentacles again. You know, this is all about, imagine this. Have a sensory moment with me here for just a minute, okay? Like, have a fantasy with me. What do you want to do for yourself? What could you do for yourself? Like, here's something that I like to do, all right? Like, I love being alone. I love being alone so much. I have a family. I have a husband. I have all these things. But I do appreciate being alone. And my fantasy is always sensory. It's like nobody's in the house. The doors are locked. My favorite music is blaring. My favorite drink on ice. I can walk through my house naked. I can watch the movies I want. All of my favorite fruits, chocolate, snacks, charcuterie is all there. My favorite books, all my tarot cards. And I am just loving myself. And I feel like that's where you are right now. Like you may be locking yourself in your room a little bit and being like 24/44 and just like listening to music. Maybe, you know, you like psychedelics or whatever, okay? That's what this is right now. And it's like, I'm just focused on me, you know? And again, remember I talked about in your last reading, like when you are light like that, you attract everybody. Where did it go? The Hermit was here somewhere. And I can't, the Hermit was here. Upright for you, in reverse for them, and you know, and I feel like that's what, like, you're, although there's this friction with this person, they're appealing to you because, and it even confuses them a little bit. It confuses them a little bit, like they're upset with you, but it's like your strength and who you are in that respect is also what they love. And it's like, it's an interesting thing. Like I heard this story once from this man, and he's like, you know, my wife, she's an artist and she produces all of this great work, and she's fantastic and she takes such great care of me and all these wonderful things about his wife. But he's like, the one thing that absolutely drives me mental about her is that she's always late. But that's the thing about being an artistic person, okay? That's kind of one of the not so great qualities that come with being right-sided in your brain and being artistic, is like you're just going with the flow. You're not really structured. And he said, but at the same token, same time, 26, it's, you know, the qualities that I love about her so much that comes with it. And I think this person who is watching you, clearly watching you obsessively, is just like, damn it, like they're such a strong person, and it's just like so beautiful to watch. Like, how do they do that? And I feel like they also are a strong person. But anyway, Aquarius, that's your reading. You've initiated this change. You're taking it well. And right now, I think you're just in a mode of relaxation and wanting to embrace it all and be around like-minded people and people who want to cooperate with you and vice versa. So embrace it. Let it roll for a bit. Take some time. It's winter. Get cozy. Get your blanket. Get a cup of tea. All right. I love you guys. I'll catch up with you later.